Nice. Nono confronts Sarika. They're fighting on the roof. Hiya! She has a weird claw weapon. You okay? Attacking Isha. Hiya! Oh. I'll save here. Alright, is the no? Okay, so, alright. I think we're at the point where we're gonna see something different. I stared in shock at what I saw beneath the moonlight. I couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. Okay. When we got here last time, was Kurisu still alive? I don't remember. Like, was she already dead, or was she still fighting? I'm not sure. Now, Kurisu was panting heavily, her face twisted in pain, holding a tall D sword in her hands. I don't know if you call that a D sword. I mean, it's hard to tell, actually. I don't know, we can't see the whole picture. Maybe it is like more like a sword thing than I think. Otherwise, it looks like a weird claw, you know? There was a red liquid splattered all around the rooftop. It was probably her blood. Sarika was attacking her with a D-sword of her own. I'd never seen Sarika look like that before. Kurisu was just barely keeping up. I had no idea why she had a D-sword, but the design of the sword itself was a combination of blade and shield, and was just barely keeping her alive. I mean, obviously because she's a Gigolomania, you know? Couldn't you, like, connect the pieces? Kakadu, on your own? Huh? You didn't have to ask that. Anyway, Kurisu looked at her D-sword, then at my face, and then down at her feet.
そうか、宮代にはまだ話してないんだな、このまがいものめ。だったら私が今ここでぶちまけてやろう。おのえ
Kurisu struck without warning. She was a different person than I ever seen before. And Sarika's just smug, very smug. The two twisted blades collided with the sound of metal screeching against metal. Both refused to back down.
いつもいつもめんどくさい女だとは思っていたが、理想度まで鬱陶しいな。あなたこそ困った理想度を持っているみたいね。確かに私ではあなたにかなわない。力も違う。それにあなたの思考盗撮で考えをすべて読まれてしまう。
Mind reading OP. Gotta nerf it.
でも気づいているのかしら、あなたのディソード。こうしていると私のディソードを通して思考が逆流してくるわよ。
Nani?
そう、あなたの思考がね。
Okay, well this didn't happen last time, I guess. She apparently, for some reason, Kurisu can also mind read. From her weird battle, I guess. Sarika didn't seem to have realized this because she pulled away her D-sword in shock. As she did, she jumped backward.
そんなバカな。
Until now, she'd been completely expressionless, like a crazy murderer. But for the first time, I saw doubt in her eyes.
このディソードが私自身の思考まで盗撮して伝播させてしまう。
Maybe that's her own fault, you know? Like Kurisu's not doing anything, but
あなたのこと全部わかったわ。これでおあいこね。
That's just like a side effect of what Serica has. I mean, didn't that? I guess that kind of happened in the main route, you know, when like Takaru fought Serica, and it's kind of like, oh, somehow. Well, actually, I think it was the other way around. Actually, it was like somehow Serica, like Takaru's like emotions and information and like everything about him, kind of like flowed into Serica, right? Something like that. It's kind of like the opposite. I don't know.
さあどうするの？私を殺したいんでしょ？だったら殺せばいいわ。今すぐにタクルの目の前で。それがタクルのしたいことなんでしょ？だったら私は喜んで殺されてあげるわ。
クルス。
What did she say? It was what I wanted, yes, in the main route, sort of. I wanted her to kill Kurusu. What the hell does that mean?
あなたにはタクルの心がわかるのよね。タクルが私を殺してほしいって本当にそう思ってるならやりなさい。どうしたの？殺さないの？
Kurusu held her D-sword in one hand and spread the other out to the side, as if to demonstrate how vulnerable she was. You know, it's like the Dark Souls taunt. Well, what is it? Come at me, bro. But Serica didn't attack her.
セリカ、あなたの考えてることは矛盾してるわ。
矛盾？は？どこが矛盾してると言うんだ？
あなたはこう思ってる。自分はタクルにやりたいことを与え、それを叶えるために存在しているって。
Serica gives me something I want to do. That's why she exists. Yeah, we technically went over this in the main round already. What the hell was going on here? It didn't make sense. The two of them kept glaring at each other, ignoring me.
でもこんなのタクルのやりたいことだと思う？親友である伊藤君に大事な妹ユイを殺されて、そんなことタクルが本当に望んでると思うの？
それはこのゲームを盛り上げるための。
なら私も殺しなさい。そうすればタクルがもっと喜ぶんでしょ？この
Kurusu had lowered her weapon, completely exposing herself. Serica raised her own.
やめろ、尾上。
宮代タクル。
僕はそんなこと望んでない。僕はそんなことしたくない。してほしくもない。
I finally knew now. I finally knew what was important to me. What I really wanted was anime figurines. Serica swung her D-sword up high, as if driven by some unseen force.
やめろ！
ダメ、タクル！
I tried to leap between them, but Kurusu's voice interrupted me.
来てはダメ。今はセリカと話をさせて。
でも
お願いよ、タクル。
Her voice was calm, but there's no room for disagreement. I hesitated a moment and then stopped. But I was ready to jump in at any moment if I needed to. Kurusu turned towards Serica once more and continued. Serica was still holding her D-sword above her head, but she was pale and unmoving.
セリカ、あなた人の心は読めるのに、自分の心は全然分かってないのね。
何？
確かに最初はタクルのために始めたゲームだった。でも途中からあなたの目的は変わってしまったのよ。タクルのためのゲームではなく、あなた自身のためのゲームに。
私のためのゲーム。
わからない？あなたはね、 タクルと過ごすうちにタクルを支えられるのは自分だけだとそう考えるようになったの。タクルが心を許す存在は自分だけ。そうじゃないと我慢できなくなったのね。
違う、私は
I'm totally not a yandere.
あなたは羨ましくなった。そして許せなくなった。タクルが心を許している家族のことを、親友を、自分の存在を脅かす存在を、そしてタクルに家族や友達のことを思う心を育ててしまったこの私を許せなくなった。
黙れ。
私にはわかるわ。あなたの嘘が、あなたの気持ちが。だってそれはあなたがタクルを。
黙れよ。
セリカ、確かにあなたは人形だったのかもしれない。でも今はもう。
黙れ、黙れ、黙れ、黙れ、黙れ。
セリカ、
お前、あんたなんかに何がわかるって言うのよ。嘘、何が嘘だって言うんだ。
Something was wrong with the way she was talking. It was a mix between the Serika I knew and one I didn't.
だいたいお前が人のことを言えるのか。嘘つきはどっちよ。この嘘つき、嘘つき。
Usada. You know, her blade also kind of reminds me of like a, well, at least over here, well, it looks like a scissor. You know, maybe that's probably the idea, but it just reminds me of Kill la Kill. You know, a character that uses like a giant scissor weapon. Anyway, Kusu froze for a moment when Serika called her a liar. Serika must have thought she finally had the upper hand again because she smiled.
さっきもそうだったけど、顔色が変わったね。タクによっぽど知られたくないんだ。嘘つきさん。
Liar. Come to think of it, Serika had said before that there was something Kurisu wasn't telling me. No, Kurisu had told me that herself, too.
いつかタクルにだけは私が言えないでいること、何もかも全部話したいと思ってる。そのせいでまた嫌われちゃうかもしれないけど、それでも構わない。
Well, I'm thinking it's like, but because I thought maybe it was like her old like Gigalomaniac thing. Either that or the fact that she's a Brocon. I don't know.
その時はちゃんと最後まで聞いてくれる？
Wow, what was going on? What was Serika and Kurusu saying?
私ね、全部知ってる。あんたが出来の悪いよ、嘘つきの。
やめて。
Okay, now's your turn, Kurusu. It's kind of funny. Like Kurusu is kind of like, well, Serika, you are, you know, blah blah blah, and Serika's like, no, don't tell me that. But then it, you know, turned the other way around. It's kind of like, well, actually, Kurusu, you're blah blah blah, and then Nono, Kurusu's kind of like, no, don't do it.
フェイクだってことをね。
Fake. You know, Archer from Fate Stay Night. Can she summon like a reality marble? Kurusu's hand flew forward. Her blade sliced out towards Serika in a circle, ripping through the air as it moved. It must have been an unconscious movement, so fast that there wasn't even time to read her mind. And Serika hadn't expected her to stop talking and attack, so her response was a little slow. But she still managed to block it at the last minute. Okay, that's pretty hilarious. I like the fact that she's just talking to her like, you know, usual voice, I guess, but like she's crazy. The D swords collided again. Their silver silhouettes scorched the atmosphere around them. The blades bit into one another and the rush of feints and parries. Ah yes, Dark Souls PvP. A scent like ozone stung my nostrils. I mean, I don't know what does that mean exactly. Like ozone is like it's in the atmosphere, right? Or wow. Ozone, you know, 3 oxygen atoms, strong, unique scent, oxidizer fluoride is used as the deodorizer, decolorant, and disinfectant. It in the stratosphere is effects weakened by ultraviolet radiation, but the other service can cause atmospheric pollution. Okay. I mean, it's like the ozone layer, you know? I don't know. What does ozone smell? I don't know. I don't know what the ozone smells like necessarily. You know, maybe I smelled it before. I just haven't realized it. It did say it was used in deodorant. I don't know. I lost my chance to snuff the two of them, and all I could do was watch them fight. Why? What was going on here? Kurusu had been the one to start this fight, but she seemed unable to hide her shock at having done so. Sarika, meanwhile, was showing no signs of fear or resistance at all. Her strikes were calm and precise. And in this battle, that was what made them fatal difference. Sarika laughed and pulled her blade away. It was an obvious trap. Kurusu attacked, falling for the obvious trap. Sarika smiled and moved just a little, then waited for the sword to go by. Kurusu had stepped too far forward and failed to strike her target. She lost her balance. Her body was wide open to the threat in front of her. Nothing personnel, kid.
長い付き合いだったけど、これで終わりだね。バイバイ、のんちゃん。
A cold, cruel voice and a single strike from above. A waterfall of light appeared in midair, coming right down on top of Kurusu's skull. And what do? We're just watching from afar? Really just like jump in, I don't know. It was a simple attack, but clearly a fatal one. My body finally slipped away from my mind and moved, but my hand was too far away. I wasn't gonna make it in time. But then my hand grabbed onto something. It was a D-sword, gleaming dull gray in the moonlight. Well, there you go. This is what I was expecting was supposed to happen. You know, when Uki, you know, was like, she got stabbed in her own chapter, like, we could like not stab her instead and just parry it like this, you know? It could have done that, but I guess not. Anyway, I grabbed the weapon from the rift between dimensions and swung it up as hard as I could to block the strike above Kurusu's head. That's actually a bad way to parry a weapon. You know, in order to parry a weapon, you need to hit it from the side, not straight, you know, parallel to its striking target. But anyway, usually you knock it aside, you don't like, you know, hit it directly. I put more strength into it and knocked Sarika's sword away. It was a D-sword. I could feel it in my hands. A curse blade, something I had created, that existed only for me. Sarika stopped attacking and looked like she was about to cry. Her voice was weak, but it was the voice of the girl I'd known since I was little. Don't you know, Onoi? The childhood friend never gets picked. It was your fatal mistake, Sarika. You should have picked the other role, you know, the other waifu role in the harem. Once you pick the childhood friend role, you'll never win. Sarika was mumbling to herself like a patient with a severe heat stroke. Very specific.
尾上、聞いてくれ。
聞きたくない。
尾上。
やだよ、そんなの。私は。
Whee! Where'd she go? She's like, jump off the roof? Acerca turned around and vanished into the darkness before either of us could say another word. I mean, if she did, she'd probably just land fine. I imagine at this point, we're just like superhuman at this point. We can just jump around, do anime shit. I don't know what was going on anymore. Yui was dead and Ito had killed her. And Serika and Kurusu had just been trying to kill each other with swords. Isn't that weird? Why Serika? And why did Kurusu have a D sword? Was she a psychic too?
クルス。
Kurusu suddenly looked at me in terror.
一体何があったのか。これがどういうことなのか。聞かせてくれないか。お願いだ。
Kurusu slowly closed her eyes and then nodded. No heads or tails, a puzzling entanglement of shadows and light. There you go. I mean, we could have had this talk before, It's funny because I remember the main route, Kurusu would she went by herself to attack Serika and everything, but we could have just sat down and talked about this, before any of this happened. But oh well, anime logic. You gotta make it dramatic, I guess. So, I assume we're gonna have a little heart-to-heart with Kurusu, and maybe she'll explain everything? Like, what's exactly her deal, When I finished hearing the truth from her, I looked out at in the sky in silent shock. I felt helpless, like the ground beneath me had crumbled and I was falling into hell. The strength left my body and I fell to my knees on the hard concrete. Kurusu had told me everything. She gave me just the objective facts without adding any of her own opinions in. She told me the truth behind the return of the new generation madness. It was unbelievable. Oh yeah, because technically she had Sarika's, mind. All her information from Sarika's mind was flowing into Kurusu, I guess. Which I don't know. Is her power is it like Kirby, or is it I'm thinking was that an unintended side effect of Sarika's D sword, or is Kurusu's power similar to Kirby, where she can just copy other people's abilities or something, and that's why she can read the mind. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I guess she knows everything. I guess. No, even by the end of the main route, I was still just slightly a bit confused about Sarika's whole plan. But anyway. It was unbelievable. Oh no, Serika was behind it all. But I guess it's true, because I was thinking maybe is Serika lying about something, in the main route? I guess not. So it really was similar to the main route where she just did all of this just to make Takaru feel like a hero, similar to the main character in the last game. Something like that, And all of it was being done for my sake. Just like the ridiculous theory I'd come up with, it was a game, and I was the player. Are you sure? No, I'm the player. Me. Not you. Takaru, me.
られない。
タクル。
だってそうだろ。そんなのデタラメだ。なんで尾上がそんなことしなきゃならないんだ。どうして尾上にそんなことができる。あいつは僕とずっと一緒だったんだ。そばにいてほしい時はいつだって一緒にいてくれたんだ。それなのに。
さっきも言ったわ。それだからこそよ。
Kurusu spoke. Her face was filled with sorrow.
セリカはいつもあなたと一緒だった。だからこそ、タクル、あなたのために。
僕のために。
Sarika had committed all those murders for me. She killed all those people, and for me. She killed Yui for me. For me. For...
信じられない気持ち、わかるわ。信じたくないのもわかる。私もそうだったから。でも、真実だったの。
Of course, I knew that Kurusu wouldn't tell me this as a joke. I'd seen how Serika had acted a moment ago. Serika had intended to kill Kurusu, but if all that was true,
それじゃあ、僕のせいってことじゃないか。
Yui's death, all the deaths, even the fact that Serika had killed them,
全部、何もかも、すべて、僕の、僕のせいってことじゃないか。
タクル。
I felt something soft surround me as I knelt on the ground.
ダメ、タクル。
クルス、
そんな風に考えちゃダメ。自分を責めてはダメ。
There was a gentle smell, like old memories, Kurusu's smell.
だって、わかるはずないもの。自分のせいでこんなことが起きるなんて。
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kurusu's smell probably smells like blood, you know? There's a lot of blood on the ground, by the way. I mean, I guess it's just flesh wounds, you know? But she's probably had a bunch of cuts on her as
あ
well.
なたは、あの地震の時にちょっと考え
Look
て
at
し
that.
まっただけ。その気持ちを勝手に読み取られて、勝手に暴走されてしまった。それだけなの。だから、あなたは悪くない。ゆいだって、あなたのこと恨んでなんかいないわ。絶対に。
Her words were as soft as a whisper, but they were strong.
僕は、クルスにも謝らなきゃいけない。
謝る？
全部、クルスの言う通りだった。最初に事件を追うなって言われた時も、その通りにしておけばよかった。犯人だって、南沢千里さんじゃなかった。それなのに僕は、クルスの大切な、静かに眠ってる友達まで、あんな風に言って。クルスの心、傷つけて。
いいの。気にしないで。
ありがとう。
Kurusu held me close until I was able to think clearly again.
もう、大丈夫？
ああ。
To be honest, I wasn't anything close to okay, but I couldn't sit up here on the roof forever. I stood up and looked around. The whole place was quiet, as if the battle had never happened. And my D-sword had disappeared too.
クルス、もう一つだけ聞いてもいいかな。どうして今まで教えてくれなかったんだ。
She must have known what I was going to say before I asked. Her face twisted in sorrow. But I had to ask.
自分がギガロマニアックスだってこと。
Gigalomaniac. Gigalomaniac.
その、
She looked down a little, and then when she looked up again, there was something like resolve in her eyes.
だって、人に言いふらすようなことじゃないわ。みんな嫌がるだろうし、タクルだって。
It would upset everyone. What was her power?
嫌がったりしないよ。僕自身もギガロマニアックスだし。教えてくれないか、どんな能力なのか。
言わなきゃダメかな。
Yes, because, you know.
まだ何が起こるかわからないんだ。どんなことでも知っておきたい。
Like, otherwise, how will we defeat you when you turn evil, you know? You should always know your allies' weaknesses, so that you can be like Batman, you know, and then take down Superman. Anyway. Kurusu hesitated for a moment, but finally spoke.
私のは、その、有村さんと同じなの。
Really? Is that it? The lie detector?
有村と同じ
Seems... Well, ironically, that seems like a lie, but I don't know.
ええ、人の言うことが嘘か本当かわかるのよ。最初にセリカが変だって思ったのもこの能力のおかげだし。
そうだったのか。
でも有村さんも言ってなかった？そんなにいいものじゃないって。
どうだったかな。
Interesting that it's the same power. Is it really? I guess so. I mean, unless something different, you know, unless like there's something else that would indicate the contrary. I guess it's just the same power, which is you would think that everyone will have different powers, you know, not just have the same power. You know, at least two characters have the same power.
人の言葉の裏表なんて知りたくないことばかり。それにこんな能力を持ってるって知られたらみんな私を避けようとするわ。
I remember that Amura had been reluctant to show off her power too. It was probably better not to know what people were really thinking when they spoke, and she probably wouldn't want people avoiding her.
私の場合、有村さんほど正確じゃないんだけどね。正解率 60% といったところかな。
Okay, so it's also RNG based. That finally explains something. Why Serika had called Kurusu a fake. She must have been saying that she just had a bootleg copy of Adamura's power and she's a faker.
ねえ、タクル。
Kind of disappointing, to be honest. She just has like a weaker power of someone we already knew. So it's kind of like it doesn't change much actually. So
私たちこれからどうすればいいのかしら。
I mean, the only thing that she got going for her is that she can like summon a weird D sword thing, a D claw, but that's it really. Like, but she's a lie detector that's about half right. That's not really a good lie detector. What could we do now that we knew the truth? Now that we lost Yui, Ito, and even Serika, to be honest, my head was a mess and I couldn't think straight. There's one thing I could say, that was...
とにかく、尾上をなんとかしなきゃ。
Well, actually, when I think about it, remember when I said how like Kurusu is kind of like Kirby? Like maybe she copied Arumura's power? I don't know. Like, is she lying about that too? Is she lying about her powers only being a lie detector? I don't know. Anyway, it could be that, or it could be not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I couldn't let her kill anyone else. Couldn't let Serika kill anyone else. If everything that had happened so far was the result of my wish, then we had to end it here. If Serika's plan was going to continue, the next murder would happen on November 4th, today. And her target was probably Kurusu Nono, the girl who knew too much. I had to protect Kurusu no matter what. I couldn't let Serika commit any more crimes either. Well, a faint vibration pulled me out from the sea of sleep. I guess we went home and just had a nap. Who the hell could be calling it this hour? Wait, what time was it? And where was I? What's going on? I remembered everything and was instantly fully awake. If Serika was going to attack Kurusu, it would be on November 4th. I stayed over in Kurusu's room last night to keep her safe. Dad was away, tonight of all nights, on some conference or meeting or something. You know, he was probably talking with Serika. It was up to me to keep Kurusu safe, but at some point I had fallen asleep.
そうだ、来るぞ。
There she is. She's the teddy bear, right? No, right there. See, no. I leaped up to look at the bed, but she wasn't there. Where did she go? No way. Just before I raced out of the room to go look, I caught a glimpse of my smartphone screen. The phone was still vibrating. Kunosato? It was rare for her to call me. What had happened? I grabbed the phone with a shaking hand, afraid for what I was about to hear.
もし。
My voice was hoarse since I just woken up.
眠っていたか。のんきなことだな。
She was as rude as ever. Good old
そんなこ
Kunosato.
とより、何なんです。わざわざ電話なんて。
あいにくだが細かい前置きをしている状況じゃない。端的に要件だけを言う。昨日11月4日がどういう日か知っているな。
My heart started to beat faster.
ドキュンパズルですか。
そうだ。予想通り新たな犠牲者が出た。
It wasn't Kurusu, was it? My heart felt like it was about to stop. But when she told me the victim's name, it was someone I never expected.
11月4日深夜、東京都渋谷区にて惨殺死体が発見された。所持品などを調べた結果、被害者の名前は
Well, what is it? The victim's name was...
佐久間渡、
Oh,
児童養護施設青葉寮の経営者だ。
well, I mean, it would be a shock if we did not... if we didn't know Sakuma was actually a terrible person. It would be a shock, I guess. But, you know, we know who he is. Like, he kind of deserves to die. And I guess Serika... I guess Serika was the one who killed him, actually, when I think about it. Probably what happened. I felt a shock, like someone had pounded a nail into the center of my brain. My ears began to ring, and everything started to feel unreal. Dad had been killed? Oh no. You know, oh no, this is, I guess... If, you know, again, it would actually be more of a shock if we didn't know Sakuma was actually a psychopath. But it's funny how it's gonna be like a disconnect, you know, because Takaru was gonna be like, "Oh no, my dad has been killed," you know, I'm so sad. But actually, we, the player, we know that actually he kind of deserves it. But well, I prayed that this was some kind of nightmare, that I didn't even have the right to escape into my delusions.
父さんはいつ。
ほう、本当かとは聞かないのか。こういう場合、普通なら疑ってかかってもおかしくはないと思うが、それとも最初からその可能性があったか。いや、今はどうでもいいことだな。一応詳細を教えておいてやる。
お願いします。
死亡推定時刻は11月4日22時半から23時半。死因は鋭い刃物による頸動脈の切断。それもただの一撃で致命傷を与えられていた。防御創や争った形跡もない。にもかかわらず真正面から切りつけられている。
Okay, I mean, I guess it's just a really quick slash. You know, how did, well, actually, didn't Serika and Sakuma, didn't they fight? Or maybe not, actually. Maybe there was like a whole, like, I remember there was that one point where she told Sakuma to mind control her into believing something else. So maybe it seemed like they were fighting, but actually they weren't. You know, it's like this weird gambit where she pretended to be an enemy to Sakuma, but actually she wasn't. But this time, though, I guess it was just a very easy kill. I guess he just didn't expect it. He didn't have enough time to use his mind control powers, maybe.
可能性として考えられるのは3つ。1つ目は加害者と被害者が顔見知りだった。2つ目は加害者が被害者を待ち伏せするなどしてとにかく不意打ちにした。そして3つ目はその合わせ技だな。
Well, that's kind of like a third is a combination of the two. I mean, that's kind of like a cop-out. You would think a third one would be completely different than the other methods. Anyway, Kunosato's tone was calm and level. She was like a doctor telling a patient the result of an exam. But to be honest, I preferred it that way.
私が知っている情報は以上だ。いずれ警察からも連絡があるだろう。そちらで何か心当たりがあれば教えろ。
Once she was done talking, she hung up. But I kept the phone pressed against my ear, barely aware of what I was doing. Dad had been killed. It didn't feel real hearing the words. But just like Kunosato has said, there was no point in her lying. And if she was telling the truth, the murderer is probably, no, definitely Serika. But why would Serika kill Dad? Because she needed to finish the string of killings? Of course, that was probably part of it, but why Dad? Has she gone after Dad since I was keeping her from getting to Kurusu? No. No, no, no. No, no. Now's not the time to be thinking about that. Dad was murdered. And I was the reason. I killed Yui and I killed Dad. He kind of deserved it, though, again. That's right. What about Kurusu? I ran into the living room and found her. Okay.
クルス。
She was standing there in shock, holding the phone in her hands. She slowly turned toward me and spoke in a voice that was barely audible. Oh, did you get the news too?
タクル父さんが。
クルス。
I ran to her and grabbed her before she could hit the ground. But then again, I mean, I don't know. It would be pretty mixed for her, but like, since she read Sarika's mind, wouldn't she know that her father was just a messed up psychopath, you know? So she shouldn't be this sad, but then maybe she didn't catch that part, you know, when she did the whole mind reading thing, you know, feedback loop thing. I ran to her and grabbed her before she could hit the ground.
タクル父さんが死んだって。父さんが。
うん。
知ってるの？どうして？
さっき、久野里さんから連絡が。
そう。
Her hands gripped my arm so tightly that it hurt. To be honest, I'd never seen her so weak before. She'd always been strong, but now Yui and Dad were dead, at the hands of a person that she thought was her friend.
どうしよう。タクル、私たちこれからどうすればいい？
Well, for one, you gotta start preparing for another funeral.
そうだ、ユウトに知らせなきゃ。それから、ウキちゃんにも、あと、警察に行って、身元の確認をしてほしいって、学校にも連絡を、それに。
落ち着いてクルス。
Strangely, it seemed that being in the presence of someone who was more panicky than yourself actually made you calmer. I softly patted her on the head. Ah, yes. Pat, 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 pat. Just like she'd done for me last night.
今はいい。余計なことは考えなくていいから。
Of course, that didn't actually make it better. Without Dad, we had all kinds of problems to deal with. At first, we'd have to calm down.
ごめんね、タクル。もう少し経てば、元の私に戻るから。だから。
Only then did I finally realize Kurisu had probably always forced herself to be strong like this. No matter what had happened, she's told herself she needed to be tough no matter what. That she had to be strong to protect Yui and Yuto without me at Alba Dorm. But I've been selfish and... It's okay now. I'm here for you. That's probably what I should have said, but instead I thought about it and then didn't do it. But all I did was gently rub her back. Okay. Back rub. Well, the next few days were a blur. We had to go to the police and ID the body, then get the death certificate. I was surprised how much work there was for the family of a murder victim to do. I mean, you kind of did that for Yui as well, but maybe Takuru wasn't really part of the process necessarily. But this time he is, because his dad got murdered. I was worried that there might not be time to properly mourn, but maybe it was better to be so busy that there wasn't time to remember you were sad. Both Kurusu and I were able to forget about things during all that. The problem was Yuto. He'd lost his sister, and now his adoptive father was dead. He was never a strong boy to begin with, so he was in a pretty bad shape. But Yamazoi was what saved him. She stayed with him the whole time while we were running around. After the autopsy of Dad's body was finished, it was decided that he be cremated. Where is his, mind control backpack, by the way, you know? It'd be quite powerful. Well, actually, I guess Sarika has it? Assuming she didn't destroy it? She could, dual wield, these swords? Anyway. We didn't have the money for the funeral, but a local neighborhood group put together enough money for the cheapest service available. We somehow managed to make it work. Yes. Give him the cheapest funeral ever. A lot of Dad's old patients came to pay their respects. Which is fair, by the way. I mean, funerals cost a lot of money, you know? So that is fair. And when it was all over, we suddenly found ourselves facing a new problem.
そんな、私たちにここを出て行けって言うんですか？
立て続けの不幸の上に追い打ちをかけるような状況になってるんだ。君たちには酷なことだと思うが。
Shinjiro had come to visit us that day in our dorm. He had a bitter look on his face as he spoke.
今回の事件を契機にうちの二課が調べたんだが、どうやら佐久間氏は保険に入っていなかったようでな。
Oh, well.
それは、はい、そうです。父さんには何度か言ったんですが、本人が面倒くさがって、まさかこんなことになるとは思っていなかったので。
I never talked to Dad about money. She was the only one in the dorm who knew that.
ここの財布を管理していたのは君か？
はい。
だったらわかると思うが、経営状態も芳しいとは言えない。むしろ、もともと赤字経営なところに、あちこちに出している不当たりが積もりに積もって、窒息寸前って状態だった。
Wow. Again, it would like, you know, from a perspective of someone who did not go for the main route, which is impossible because you have to go to the main route to see this one. But like from a different perspective, you would think like, normally you would think, oh, Sakamo Wataru, he's kind of like this like savior, you know? Even though he was like working at a loss, he was still trying to save as much patience as he could. You know, he didn't care about money that much. He just did his work for free, or not for free, but like, you know, as much as he could, as just like this humble doctor. But actually, we know that he's not that at all. I don't know. Assuming the main route is also canon, or it could be. I don't know. Maybe these routes somehow change what we know about the characters. But otherwise, from what we know, you know, it's not that he was sacrificing himself to save others. It was more like he was just irresponsible for the most part, and a weird, crazy psycho. So, you know. I knew we were rich, but I had no idea it was that bad. And yet Dad had taken us in anyway. You know, what a great father, as we like flash back to that time where our dad sent us to our mine prison. Only now, when it was too late, did I realize how much he protected us. Protect, quote unquote.
その上、この建物自体も抵当に入っていたようだ。君か宮代君が相続しても構わないが、仮にそうしたところで建物ごと取り上げられた挙句、借金だけが残ることになる。
Alright, well, time to live in our RV. Everyone, let's go over to Takeru's house.
とても賢明な判断とは言えないだろう。
In other words, we had no choice but to leave.
ねえ、のの姉ちゃん。
Yuto was standing a little away from us, looking scared.
どういうこと？僕たちどうなっちゃうの？
ユウト。
僕たちここを出ていかなきゃいけないの？そんなの嫌だよ。だってここは僕の家だもん。僕とお姉ちゃんとお父さんと、それからのの姉ちゃんとたぐる兄ちゃんとうき姉ちゃんと、みんなで暮らした家だもん。
It's just a house, Yuto. It's just a big box. Let's just leave.
そんなの僕
We're gonna be homeless, Yuto. Wipe those tears. You gotta be a man now.
ゆうとくん。
And live on the streets. Yamazori held him gently as he started to cry. Her face was clouded with worry, too. I could understand it. She finally made it out of that basement, I'd only just started getting used to her new life, and now this had happened.
でも急にここを出て行けなんて言われても僕たちには他に行くところがありません。
I could go back to the RV I've been living in, but I wouldn't be able to fit everyone there. There's no room in there for 4 people, even if some of them were kids. I mean, you could.
それなんだが
You still could, it just wouldn't
別
be...
の施設に移るってのが妥当だと思う。
別の施設。
ただこれも一つ問題があってだな。例の地震以降、都内の施設はどこも満杯なんだ。全員まとめて同じ場所ってのはどうも難しいらしい。
それってつまりそれぞれ別の施設にってことですか？
そういうことになるだろうな。
そんな。
Yuto was the first to speak.
そんなの嫌だよ。ここを出ていくだけじゃなく、みんなとバラバラだなんて。そんなの僕。
I gasped a little as I heard the tension in Yuto's voice. I'd never seen him express himself so clearly to an adult. That's how serious the prospect of leaving everyone was to him.
嫌です。
Yamazoya rubbed Yuto's back, speaking in a clearer voice than I'd ever heard from her before.
せっかくみんなと家族になれたのに、そんなのひどいです。
Shinjo scratched his head as if he wasn't sure what to say. Oh, poor Shinjo. Again, I'm just very sympathetic with Shinjo. You know, it's not his fault. He's just the bearer of bad news. You know, he's just the messenger. He was a nice guy, really. Telling us this stuff wasn't even his job. But he was the one who had told us, and he was the only person we could complain to.
大丈夫よ、ユウト。それにユキちゃん、私が何とかするから。
なんとかってどうするつもりだ？
それはアルバイトとか。
バイトってこれだけの人数が生活できるほど稼げるわけがない。
でも学校を辞めれば。
本気か？
だって他にみんなが一緒にいられる方法なんてないじゃない。私だってみんながバラバラになるなんて嫌なの。大事な家族だもの。
僕も働く。
Can kids work? Isn't it against child labor laws? I don't know.
ユウト。
のの姉ちゃんたちと一緒にいられるんだったら僕も働く。新聞配達とか僕にだってできるし。
I don't think that won't be enough money, Yuto. Do people even use newspapers anymore? Like, is that even like isn't that like a classic summer job? You know, riding on a bike and then just throwing newspapers into people's front yards. Is that even available anymore? Does anyone even need that? I don't know. I never expected Yuto to say something like that. His life here must have been very important to him. But it was important to me too. And there was something else we had to worry about. Was Serika going to give up now? She hadn't come after us so far, but there's no guarantee she wouldn't come after Kurusu again. Or maybe Yuto or Uki will be her next target. But there was only one thing I could do.
生活は僕の蓄えを使えばしばらくは何とかできると思う。
タクル。
問題は住む場所だ。
But would any place rent a room to a bunch of students who just lost their father?
まあ、最初からこうなるだろうとは思ってたよ。
Shinjo sighed and scratched his head once more, then took out his phone out of his pocket.
何かいい方法があるんですか？
こういうのが得意な知り合いに当たってみる。ああ、君たちもよく知ってる人物だよ。ただ断っとくが、見つかるという保証はないぞ。
Okay, well, Shinjo's gonna help us again. Why? Shinjo's just a great guy. He's like the best character in this game. He's gonna talk to a friend? Who would that be? I mean, apparently we know, but like... No.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Oh, I think it's Momose, actually. It's probably Momose. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense for Momose to know. Kurusu, Yuto, and Yamazoya all bowed.
たく、 こういうのは俺の仕事じゃないんだがな。
He mumbled to himself as he dialed a number, then put up the phone to his ear.
ああ、もしもし、百瀬さんですか。折り入って話があるんですが、今、時間いいですか。
Yeah, okay. It makes sense. I know. We're gonna like find a new
こ
house.
こがあんたたちの部屋よ。
None of us were sure what to say when Momose took us to a new place.
ここですか。
It was an old, run-down apartment building that had clearly been built at least 30 years ago. Sounds like my place?
まあ、条件が条件だし、見つかっただけよしとしてちょうだい。
大丈夫よタクル。見た目はちょっとあれだけど、設備はちゃんとしてるし、それに住めば都って言うじゃない。
そうだよタクル兄ちゃん。みんなで一緒にいられるなら少しくらい古くても。
It's funny how these just, these middle-class snobs, looking down on us poor people living in these apartment buildings.
私も
You're poor now.
素敵なところだと思います。
You're poor now. Anyway. The apartment building also reminds me of Kunosato's place. Though I guess her place is temporary. Is it the same place actually? I don't know. Like, she probably moved out, I assume. Maybe. Because it pretty much looks the same. It's just that her stuff is gone. Well, everybody was trying to stay positive. But I wasn't worried about the age of the building or the condition of the room.
違うんだよ。そういうことじゃないんだ。
そういうことじゃないって。じゃあタクルは何を気にしてるの？
それは。
やれやれ。昼間っから随分とうるさいと思ったら。何の冗談だ、これは。
Is it really is just her place? I mean, she's here. The closed door had opened and Kunosato had come out.
久野里さん、どうしてここに？
Kurusu moved between Kunosato and Yuto as she spoke. This was bad. These two didn't get along. Of course, that was only because Kunosato hated us for no reason.
挨拶なり、菓子折りの一つでも持ってくるならまだしも。後から来ておいて、随分な態度だな。
後から？ねえタクル、それどういうことなの？
I guess we really are just living her in her place. It would be quite an annoyance, actually. When she records her podcasts at midnight? I guess all the kids would be asleep, so I guess that's fine. But, usually any kind of background noises and everything, they would definitely ruin the podcast. If suddenly just a random kid just ran by or something.
それはつまりこの部屋の隣が彼女の部屋っていうか。
お隣
Neighbor? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so maybe not the same, like not the same, the same place, but like, I guess she's just a neighbor. I noticed silently. Kurusu grabbed Yuto's hand and headed for the door.
ユウト、行くわよ。ほら、ウキちゃんも。
のの姉ちゃん。
We're leaving.
クルス、行くってどこへだよ。
決まってるでしょ。あんな人の隣だなんて。
Yamazoi was standing in the center of the room, fidgeting.
ここを出て行ってくれるのは、こちらとしても非常にありがたい話だが、行き先はあるのか？
あなたには関係のないことです。
Seeing Kunosato had caused the blood to rush to Kurusu's head.
落ち着けよクルス、冷静になれ。
だってタクル、あなただって知ってるでしょ？この人がどういう人か。
それは分かってるけど、ここを出たところでその後どうするんだよ。
あなたが住んでたあの車にでも行くわよ。
Time to fit in the RV. That's the original plan.
ユウトやウキもいるのにか。
それは。
悪かったわね。でも他になくてさ。
Momose looked a little upset to see how poorly Kurusu and Kunosato got along. Only when she saw that did Kurusu let go of Yuto's hand.
のの姉ちゃん、僕たち行くところなくなっちゃうの？
Beggars can't be choosers.
あ
Kurusu.
ごめんね。大丈夫よ。私がどうかしてた。
She gently patted Yuto on the head and turned to Kunasato.
でも言っておきますけど、あくまでも隣に住んでるだけですから。タクルやウキに実験とかおかしなことしようとしたら黙ってませんからね。
それはこちらのセリフだ。大勢で騒いだりしたら容赦なく壁を殴りつけるからな。
I'll pound on the wall without mercy, passive aggressively.
それからドアの外でばったり顔を合わせたりするのもごめんだ。私が廊下に出た時には出てくるんじゃないぞ。
Okay, that's a weird request. Kunasato turned and walked back down the hall to her own room, her footsteps creaking on the wooden floor. Okay, I was thinking for some reason I was thinking we were gonna be crammed in with Kunasato, but I guess she's not living with us. She's just our neighbor, which isn't so bad really. It's not like, I mean, for me anyway, I don't really like interact with my neighbors all that much. I have to like go on my way to like talk to them.
本当に何なのよあの人。
Kurusu stuck her tongue out at the closed door. Was she a little kid? But it was rare to see Kurusu acting like a little kid. In a sense, Kunasato had a unique talent for bringing that side of Kurusu out.
すまないわね。
いいえ、こちらこそすみません。わざわざ面倒見てもらったのに。
あの子もいろいろ事情があるのよ。勘弁してやってちょうだい。
Problems. Only then did I wonder for the first time why Kunasato was so obsessively pursuing the case. I wish I knew too. I don't know. I want to learn about Kunasato, but I guess not in this visual novel anyway. I'm not going to learn a lot, I assume. There's no like Kunasato route. It seems like, but she was originally a brain scientist supposedly, but I doubt she'd tell me if I asked. Because I assume, I mean, this is the...
おいお前ら、人に手伝いさせて何のんびりしてんだ。少しは自分たちで運べ。
Again, poor Shinjo. He's doing all the lead work, probably moving everything. But I was gonna say, like, this is the... I mean, it says right here. I mean, I can save. For example, right here. It says right here, this is the Nono chapter, So, like, there's no other chapter after this, so I assume there's no Kunasato chapter, which is, again, unfortunate.
ほら、タクル。
あ、うん。
Okay. Hey! When Shinjo and Mosei finished carrying everything in, they left and we were alone. Kurisu has split up the work for the move, but this wasn't a big room and we had a lot of people. We couldn't bring in most of the furniture, and even if we did, there'd be no place to put it. In the end, we only brought clothes, daily necessities, and a few mementos, so it wasn't too much work. Yeah, that's alright. Then I have a place. My internet was set up, so at least I had that, I agree, as long as you have internet, I don't care where I live, Kurisu stood in the kitchen, filling a pot with water. She put the pot on the burner and turned on the gas.
ご飯おそばでいいわよね。
それ知ってます。引っ越しそばと言うんですよね。
ええ。本当はお隣にも持っていくものなんだけど。
Kunasato was our next door neighbor, and even if we did take it, I doubted she'd eat it. I don't know, maybe.
おそば。
Would she turn down food?
ユウトはカレーとかハンバーグとか食べたかったかしら。おそばでいいよ。そう、ごめんね。
私手伝います。
ありがとう。それじゃあ食器の用意をしてくれるかしら。それからテーブルを拭いて。
He said he didn't mind soba, but a kid Yuto's age must have wanted to eat something different. But he was probably trying not to cause a fuss because of how little money we had. And Yamazoi was trying to find her own role in the family. But
ごちそうさまでした。
お粗末様でした。
We'd found a place to live, but there was still so much to worry about. If I was just trying to survive on my own, like I had been in the RV, I would have been fine. But now things were different. We had to survive on our own now with no one's protection. How long would we be able to keep this up? I had no clear vision for the future. I realized once more how much it meant for Dad to take us in.
タクル、大丈夫？ご飯足りた？
あ、うん、もう十分だ。
明日からはもうちょっとちゃんとしたご飯作るからね。
I wasn't really worried about that, but I nodded anyway.
それじゃあ、お腹もいっぱいになったことだし、改めまして。
Kurisu sat up straight.
今日からここが私たち家族の家です。
なんだよ、いきなり。
新しい生活にあたって初心表明みたいなものよ。
そんなの別にいらないだろう。
あら、けじめは大切よ。
This was just like Kurisu, though.
さて、新しい生活を始めるにあたって一つだけ約束。
約束？
そう。と言っても前と同じよ。家族の間で隠し事はしないこと。これだけは守ってほしいの。もう二度と家族がバラバラにならないように。
Are you sure you're not hiding anything else, Kurisu, though, as you say that?
クルス。
It felt like an expression of her resolve to me. She never wanted me to leave her again.
うん、
Sounds,
わかった。
sounds like she's a
約
yandere.
束する。
Everyone's just a yandere.
私も約束します。
タクルは？
ああ、約束する。
よろしい。それじゃあみんな、改めてよろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
And thus our new life began.
あら、ユウトったらもう眠そう。そうよね。今日はユウトも頑張ってくれたもんね。それじゃあ、お風呂入ったら寝ましょうか。
うん。
Fortunately, as beat up as this apartment was, it had its own bath and toilet. To be fair, there weren't that many public baths left lately. An apartment building without baths and toilets wouldn't make it. I looked at the clock and it was just past 9. It felt like a long day. Living in the same room as other people meant that you couldn't set the pace of your own day. I realized that over just these few hours. I lived with others before, but I always had my own personal space. Here, though, I didn't. If I wanted my own space, I had to leave. Of course, I couldn't ask for too much right now, and anyway, I felt a kind of peace here.
タクル、お風呂をお先にいただいたわ。あなたも入ったら？汗かいたでしょ？
あ、僕はいいよ。
ダメよ。そんな汚れた体でお布団へは入らせません。
No, you gotta clean up. It's gonna be stinky. I used to find Kurisu annoying at times like this, but now...
うーん。
I felt kind of like, I don't know, I feel like Takura was gonna say something when I cut off. I assume it's because, he said, oh, but now, it feels like I'm part of a family or whatever is probably what to say.
二人ともよっぽど疲れてたのね。横になった途端寝ちゃった。
うん。
We never all slept together on the floor like this before.
なあ、クルス。
大丈夫よ。父さんもいなくなって、この先どう生活していこうって言うんでしょ？
なんで？
タクルの言いたいことくらいわかるわ。だって私はあなたの家族、お姉さんだもの。
クルス。
まだそう呼ぶんだね、私のこと。 ただできればいつかね、元の呼び方に戻ってくれたらいいなってね。ごめん。とにかくね、こうやって家族みんなで力を合わせていけばきっと大丈夫。なんとかなる。私がなんとかしてみせるわ。だから。
It was as if she was talking to herself. Having everyone together in that old home had been really important to Kurusu. I realized that now, she was probably the one who was most hurt when I left. And also the one who was most nervous now.
家族か。なんでもないよ。おやすみ。
おやすみなさい。
Would we be able to be a family again here? I almost said the words but was too embarrassed. But listening to everyone snore next to me brought me a great deal of peace. Okay.
タクル。